Hello, class. My name is Larissa, and today we're going to be discussing arsenic exposure and how it relates to environmental health. So in 2022, in the Circle of Priority list, arsenic was listed as the #1 substance to pose the most significant threat to human health. And in environmental health, the main focus is to limit factors in the environment that contribute to illness and disease. And so arsenic is a major concern for individuals and for the population. So arsenic is a chemical compound that is naturally occurring in the environment, and we can find it in sources such as rocks, minerals, and soil. However, due to geological processes, it'll often seep into other environmental surfaces such as land, water, air, and even in the foods that we consume. In addition to this, arsenic is also found in anthropogenic human activities in occupations such as mining, coal, burning of fossil fuels, and in agriculture. And some common sources of exposure include inhalation, ingestion, and dermal exposure. However, despite of where and how we encounter arsenic, its traits and characteristics make it highly toxic to individuals. And we can find arsenic in its organic or inorganic form. And toxicologists and professionals are more concerned with arsenic in its inorganic trivalent oxidation state, and that is because of its ability to bind with oxygen, sulfur, and chlorine. Some vulnerable populations include children, fetuses, and infants, and this is because they have a smaller body size. And so when they consume foods and liquids, they are consuming more contaminants that are present in their foods in proportion to their body weight. In addition to this, it causes tons of health problems for them. So arsenic is known to be detrimental to their growth and development. And it affects things such as their learning, their memory, and their cognitive abilities, and just their overall performance in education. So, not only is arsenic exposure harmful to children, but it's also known to cause a wide range of health diseases for adults. And so some of these include cardiovascular disease, skin cancer and skin disorders, as well as internal organ cancers such as kidney, bladder, and lung cancer. It's also known to cause arsenicosis and hypertension, diabetes, and even reproductive disorders. So some ways that we can limit exposure are by getting the water in our home tested. And so once we know exactly the levels that we're being exposed to on a daily basis, then we can go ahead and move forward and purchase a water filtration system for our home, as well as switching over to drinking only bottled water and limiting the foods that contain high levels of arsenic in it. This includes seafood, vegetables, and fruits are important to consume. However, we want to make sure that we're washing properly, as well as limiting grains, cereal, rice, things of that nature. And so another thing that we can do is that arsenic is present in formula. However, the levels are low, so we want to make sure that we're searching for formulas that are safe, non-toxic, and free of metals. And also, if we're working in environments where we're frequently being exposed to arsenic, that we're wearing PPE and undergoing the proper training so that we can limit those workplace hazards. One thing that I found interesting when I was doing my research is that arsenic the levels of arsenic in groundwater in Western states is much higher than anywhere else in the United States. And this is because of the heavy agricultural practices that occur in Western states. And so, this is very relatable, and it hits close to home for those who live here in California. And we just want to make sure that, that we limit exposure, and that, that we are able to prolong our health and our lives by being healthier and just limiting things that are harmful to us. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. And if you guys have any more questions regarding arsenic exposure, please feel free to reach out.